On Sunday in Week 9 in the National Football League, we saw some of the top teams continue to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. Here to break down some of the games with senior editor Eric Edholm. And Eric, when you look at our PFW power rankings, the top teams, look at the Texans at number 2, Bears at number 4, both cruised to victory. Let's start with the Chicago Bears, 51-20 over Tennessee. Defense did it again. Cutler to Marshall, a few touchdowns there. I mean, they just dominated this one.
I suppose if you're looking for faults, you could say the offensive line still has some work to do. Allowed the early safety. Jamarcus Webb struggled at times. Boy, you're right. I mean, that passing combination was lethal. And defensively, I mean, Brian Urlacher answered some questions. I think he had a big first half. And Charles Tillman, if he's not on your midseason All-Pro list like he is on ours, you're doing something wrong, because that guy's fantastic. 4 strip balls today. That was incredible.
Those are the Texans 21-9 over the Bills. It was a slow start for Houston, but eventually the big three, Foster, Schaub, Andre Johnson, put it away in the second half.
They got that play-action pass game going. I mean, it's really their bread and butter. And defensively, rely more on the big plays. They did allow some yardage to the Bills, but the Bills couldn't close out drives. Whitney Merciless, a couple big plays. They've been kind of waiting for him to get going. He had a big day. Mario Williams had the 1 sack, but otherwise they kind of kept him in check.
And this really makes next Sunday night's game, Bears versus Texans, a huge one for lots of implications going there with some of the top teams in the league. You look at Packers, who are 6th in our power rankings, 31-17 win over the Cardinals. A little shaky at times, but boy, Randall Cobb's really just continues to become a star for this team.
Yeah, and it says something about the Packers. They can win by 14, and it hardly seems dominant whatsoever. Wait till they get going, because I think it's coming. And you're right. I mean, Cobb is developing into a legit #1 type of option. With guys like Jennings down, Nelson gets hurt in the game. That's a huge thing for them alongside James Jones. Defensively, allowed way too many yards in this game. I thought the pass defense was not where it had to be. Matthews went down as well, but Aaron Rodgers, Cobb, all those guys were terrific, and Tom Crabtree, he was pretty good too.
And you talk about that Packers team when they're all healthy. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a very hard team to beat. The last two in the AFC, the Broncos and Ravens, leaders of the AFC West and the AFC North, both get victories. Some close games there. Peyton Manning threw a couple interceptions, but he also threw the 3 touchdowns. Joe Flacco had a couple nice throws in the Baltimore's. When you look at those 2 games, what kind of stood out to you about those teams?
Well, a couple of unmanning-like interceptions, one going into the end zone and one backed up in his own end zone, both by Terrence Newman. But he got things together, kind of settled the team down after that, realized his only mistake, led him on a scoring drive right after that, and put the Bengals essentially out of the game, short of an onside kick. The Ravens, I thought they were sloppy all day. A crucial call there at the end where the Browns went for it, backed up in their own zone. Very shaky call, allowed the Ravens to get that 2-score lead and kind of finish it off.
Well, those are some of our snap judgments from Week 9. Eric and I didn't even talk about the Indianapolis Colts, the bottom dweller of our power rankings last year, certainly moving their way up with a big win over the Dolphins. Check out our Shorts and Shells video to see analysis on that game, and head to our website, profootballweekly.com, for all your Week 9 analysis.